Today I would like to talk about the concept of no zero days. To put it bluntly, if you become 1% better each day, at the end of the day, at the end of the year, you should be over 37 times better than you were before you started, and that's wonderful. But when you look at it this way, being 37 times better, that's wonderful. Shut up and take my money, take my time in this case. But being better by 1% daily, that is too low. How can that even help me despite maths proving that wrong? So this is what I have been wondering about. As you can see, I haven't made videos in a while. I've already made like 4 videos where I said, guys, I'm back. I will be consistent. This is the proof. I will work on my channel daily and making videos since I love it, and guess what? I have not. So if you somehow find a way to show up daily, even if it's for as little as 5 minutes each day, that could accumulate into one video per week if it's as simple as you sit on the sofa and talking about whatever, like me. And you don't have to record a video each day. You can just, let's say, you get an idea and then you write a few bullet points and you base the video on them. So once you start recording, let's say on the weekend or whenever, then you can talk about them and build upon them, if that makes sense. I know that the existence of this video is entirely silly, but I just want to show up and be consistent for once. What will I talk about? Not to waste your time, but to keep this authentic at the same time. The concept of no zero days. On the other hand, if you don't do anything each day or become 1% worse, then you will get close to zero, or in the best case scenario, not to move forward whatsoever. So yeah, it's important to somehow realize and accept that by becoming slightly better each day, you become noticeably better over time, since all of those small steps, they compound into something amazing. That's the point I wish to convey. Am I a magician when I'm just throwing my hands like this? I know what I'm doing. I'm attempting to use proper body language. As you can see, I'm not successful. Anyway, what brought me to this realization, not about not being a magician, but about the non-zero days, it was artificial intelligence actually. Gemini 3.0 Pro to be exact. Been talking about it, and I gave it the prompt that it should take into account David Goggins and his can't hurt me mentality, Simon Sinek and Louis Rossmann. And it's interesting, like often than not, the responses are honestly quite helpful and rational. You can think about it then and be like, oh, I see, this makes sense. How come I haven't thought of that yet? But what helped me the most was probably this book. This is the Czech, come on, this is the Czech version. The camera probably won't focus on it. Either way, it's called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and there he talks about his life, how his father used to beat him up and whatnot. Like he had an awful childhood, and he was an awful adult. He had an awful job and was a nobody. One day he saw on TV a documentary about the Navy SEALs, and he was like, wow, those men are struggling and they enjoy it. I want to be like that as well. So he started working out a bit. At first he tried to go outside, fetch mail, then go back. Then he started running, and yeah, he kept at it, and by working hard he became rigged. He became masculine and whatnot. Masculine. So yeah, but the main point is that by doing uncomfortable things, he accumulated a lot of memories where he overcame something he thought was impossible or didn't like. And I was able to use this knowledge directly. So because of this book, I started running, like at first, and also thanks to my friend who lent me this book in the first place. Normally, if I were to get it, I would get the English version, but how come it's like twice or three times as expensive? No, thank you. That's too much money for a single book. So yeah, and by lending the Czech version, I basically got it for free. Now that's a deal. I'm blessed to have that friend. Anyway, what I wanted to get to is that, oh yeah, that so-called cookie jar, whatever. I started running at first. It was like, I want 100 meters is too much. I can't do that. And my friend asked me to run like 1 or 2 kilometers. I was like, please make it to 100 meters. I can't do it. And he didn't step back. He just told me, no, you run for that long. You have to run it under 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes, oh my god. 8 minutes. And for 2 kilometers, I think, and do it today in the afternoon. The questions asked. Tonight you will send me a screenshot from your health app or whatever to prove that you have actually done it. So I gave it a shot, and at first it was awful. It sucked. I didn't like it, but after 2 kilometers, I was like, wait, this is fun. Let me carry on, and I ended up running 4 kilometers. So that was nice. I kept at it daily or every second day, so my body would have time to recover. And the second run, I also managed to run 4 kilometers, but gave up on the same point where my body was, not body, but my mind was telling me, you can't do this, you're out of energy, give up. Then like on my third or fourth run, I overcame that, and I was like, damn, those were indeed artificial not intelligence, artificial limitations I set upon myself. Despite my body being capable of much more, I thought 4 kilometers were the limit, but I was able to easily run 5. Once you, and on the phone, what is it? Oh yeah, time, I should do something, hold on, I'll finish this video first. And what was it? Where was I? Come on, let me think. I got this, come on. Yeah, and after I proved those artificial limitations wrong, after I proved to myself that I'm indeed capable of running that distance, those artificial limitations disappeared. So yeah, like after that 4 kilometer mark, I could tell that my body was a bit more tired, but my mind wasn't stopping me anymore, since it realized that I'm capable of running past the distance. And I was able to use that at school. We were supposed to write economic essays. I've written mine, but it was awful since I'm not doing the best mentally, okay? So I only wanted to get through school, and my goal was to get, like at first I didn't mind getting an F since I just wanted to pass. Then I learned that if I get an F, I will be forced to rewrite the entire thing. So my new goal became to get a D. So I've picked 5 sources you were asked to pick, despite only like 2 of them being useful and actually helping me in that essay. That's a different story, but I got a mediocre or perhaps an awful essay ready to pass the class, and then we were supposed to present them. I was like, do I want to do this? Of course not, but I don't have no reason to be stressed. Like, realistically, if I don't behave like a fool, I will get a few points, like 2 points out of 5 total for presenting that essay in Czech, my mother tongue. So I was like, yeah, I can do this, whatever. I know quite a bit about this topic because it's ridiculously easy. I can do it. Not to mention I've been through way worse things, like running past my limitations. That was so freaking hard, and yet I've somehow done it. So compared to that, this is a piece of cake. So when it was my turn, I just went to the stage. It wasn't a stage, but we could imagine it as one. And I started presenting, and for whatever reason, apparently, like, a lot of my classmates told me that I had presented it in the best way, which I aim to be mediocre to pass. And despite being an introvert who lacks social skills, not being able to talk, as you can tell, I cannot talk clearly all the time, and I cannot pronounce properly the letter R. And I'm also socially awkward, and a person like me was able to present something this well, and even the teachers complimented me. One of them, who wasn't an economics teacher, was pleased that she finally understood something, and the economics teacher was pleased that I answered all the questions she wanted to ask. And then even later, a few days after, she praised me that I've done an incredible job and I've completely exceeded her expectations, since she thought I would be anxious and stressed and whatnot, but apparently that wasn't clear. And because of me, she started giving A's to people who've presented their essays really well, and tell me this is the case. And I later talked to my friend about it, like, I don't want to be egoistic, but how come I presented it this well? I'm an awful person. How is that possible? And thanks to him, we've come to the conclusion that I was authentic. It seemed like I knew what I was talking about. I was somewhat passionate about it and was confident in my knowledge, despite having mistakes in the presentation itself. The title of the presentation, the main slide, it had an error in the title. How ridiculous is that? And yet I've somehow done well. I'm not saying this to make myself look better than you, since, to be honest, I see myself as lower. I see myself as somebody worse than everyone else on this earth. But even if that wasn't the case, I'm only sharing my experience. Due to overcoming difficulties in the form of running past my artificial limitations, I was able to use those experiences in something unrelated, like presenting an essay at school. So that's what I wanted to get to. So if you don't have anything to read, David Goggins is the way. It's more of a story about when you realize what he was able to overcome despite having it far worse than the vast majority of us, then yeah, something will click inside of you and you will be more eager to perhaps attempt to become a bit better, or to go past the artificial limitations. Like after running, I was exhausted. I told myself, oh man, this is awful, I'm so exhausted, so tired, I'm never ever doing it again. And the next thing you knew, and the next day I would do it again, because I would recover by then. But yeah, as of now, it's also important to overcome like excuses, since now it's snowing outside, it's cold, and I'm not sure if I should be running outside in that weather. Like, I run on meadows, and sometimes, like, the ground can be frozen up. There can be ice, and you can just fall if you aren't careful. So, like, I should at least run at home on a treadmill, but yeah, running outside would be better to toughen up my mind, since it's hard and more uncomfortable in the cold. So yeah, anyway, this is a topic for another video. Thank you so much for watching it till the end, which I highly doubt anybody has done, but hey, I made a video, and perhaps it won't be it won't be just another video where I say, hey guys, I'm back, I will make videos consistently, this is the proof of it, and then I will stay offline for who knows how long, for months to come. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Do I wave like this? Isn't it cringe? Who cares? If you've watched it till the end, then yeah, you know that I'm cringe. My existence is cringe, oh no. Anyway, thank you. Take care.